Hey, chat. Happy Wednesday. Hope everybody's doing well today. I'm doing all right. Sorry to say that the notifications are still semi-broken. Let's actually test right now if I can to make sure. The visuals are still functioning as expected. I don't think the sound is my fault anymore. I was working on it. I was trying to sort it out. I got out a little. So there isn't any sound assigned to the follow event, and I think I want that to remain the case. Sorry you don't get a big fanfare for clicking the button, but just no reason for that to disrupt the experience, as it were. But the rest of them actually have sound effects already assigned to them in my dashboard. I got a little confused because the UI is a little weird in the way it's divided, but it's there. Does this work actually? Well, that was the absolute worst time for me to test that. Theoretically, this Elden Ring text in the bottom right gets followed by a fake follow event. Thank you, Cameron7 or whatever that was. Okay, so visual still working. We can test another one to see. We could theoretically, this should have sound effect associated with it. Fake bits. No sounds. I do remember they did have sound. When I left this code, this project last, I now remember clearly they had sound. I remember what sound they had. And they still have it assigned. And if I go into my dashboard and I try to assign a sound in that sound assignment page, right, where you can upload and whatnot, like I can test the sounds and hear them fine there. But as soon as they're assigned to the alerts, like I try to preview, nothing comes out of them. I even tried to go to some of other, like, I tried to make a new instance of their elements, and those sounds weren't ticking either. So I think it's on their end, which isn't terribly surprising. This was in beta when I first started coding into it. It was a massive pain in the ass as a result. It was an awful experience. Reminiscent of several that I've done before though in my development career. So it's like whether par for the course, bad documentation, no support from the development team. It's kind of used to that shtick. So I, poked and prodded and got it working. It works good. Like actually, the code works fine, I think. But I do remember now. Basically, I'm letting stream elements do their thing with the notice for the most part, and I'm keying in on top of it. I have like a queue sitting on top listening, trying to manage when it can interject the info weave as it was. So the sound in the animation should be 100% being generated by the stream elements API. So it's probably on their end that the sound went borked, but that doesn't actually help me any. It just means that I didn't have enough time to definitely solve it before stream today. So it's something I get to look into later. I don't know. Maybe we just get rid of the info weave. Go to their other, like, I haven't felt like their Elements API is really well supported. It's really interesting design. I don't think I was in their freaking Discord channel and got shit all for support. They were just not interested. They go with the more tried and tested overlays as everybody else uses, right? They're less powerful. The API is definitely not there, and so I'd have to get rid of the info weave probably. But I don't know that anybody's actually reading it. Like, do y'all notice that right there? Thank you all for the support. You guys know that text is like, that's always happening on every scene. On an interval of, I think it's 60 seconds. Anyhow, it's enough shop talk. What we're playing today, Chad, is Elden Ring. So all that is a lot of words to say. Sorry, notice the sounds are still broken. Very much appreciate all of your support, guys, and I'm gonna try to get it fixed as soon as possible. That's not the right scene for this game, actually. We play on this one. Indeed, we do, because we can't do ultra wide on this title. Where we last left off in Elden Ring, I believe we spent a couple streams just putzing around the base of Volcano Manor. While making the ascent 2 streams ago, we saw off to the side a little like, lower marshlands with a castle sit upon it. Decided to go probe at that, and then got sidetracked by Elmer of the Briar, I think. Elmer, I'm pretty confident of, because I wanted to call him Elmer, because that name's funny to me for other reasons. But yes, and then the next stream, I remember we spent a long time sidetracked in one of those like trapped passages. You know, the ones with the rolling, not yes, machines of death and lava pits and whatnot. I was never fully satisfied with our incursion there. Like, I felt like there might be something more. The last one of those, and most typically the pattern, Mount Galmir 124, is that there's like at the very end a return to entrance light semi-side of grace thing. And then when not, usually there's actually an exit to the open world that like reveals a new zone or a different ledge you couldn't get to otherwise. I had to hoof it out. I did get a full set of armor, like a full set of armor, which we actually should take a look at. But yeah, I don't know. Felt a little inflated. I would not be floored if a chatter came in like, no, you missed a thing there. You should go back. But maybe later. I don't know if I'll do it today. Where are we at? So there's the shaded castle sidetracked us for 1.5 streams sort of, and then somewhere around here was a yes, the hero's grave. We went down there. And we got a commiserate set of armor that we have yet to look at, really. Oh, we need to get rid of some of this shit. Gelmir Knight Helm. Weighs more. It's got some good physical damage. Or is that good? For its weight, it's kind of looks like it's not bad. Interesting that these are so similar. Kind of have just a slightly different distribution on the stats. Either way, re-looking at our gear. Re-gearing might be a thing we do today. I know it'll be boring, Chad. I'm sorry about it, but I almost walked off the cliff until I realized it's so tempting to realize or forget that like you're still controlling your character right now. Which is like it's been useful at once or twice when I've needed to evade, you know, in a hurry, but Royal Remains Helm. We've been rocking the silver tier for a while. What are we getting out of that again? Silver tier mask. The reason I think I put this on, it's like big magic, fire, holy, lightning resistance. We were weak on those at the time. The weight on it's pretty nice. Interesting. So these just have no defensive value, but high like resistance values. Floofy rates, welcome. Or Ralts, sorry. Wonder if I can make my font even bigger. I think I maxed it already. Oh. I can make it bigger. Excellent. Can't on the default chat widget. I have a chat screen here on the teleprompter. Will remains pretty good. Its buff is nice. All right, all right. Oh, welcome by the way. Really, I need to. That's a. I mean, it weighs a fucking ton. But like, it's a lot of physical damage negation, right? Oh, I guess there's metal underneath that cloth. Like, why the hell does this weigh so much? It's a lot of damage negation. We definitely probably have more efficient gear we should be wearing. It's been a while since I've been patient enough to like sit down and relook at actually what we're wearing, chat, and optimizing. This mask has been on for like, God, I want to say like 4 months now. I mean, we only stream Elden Ring a couple times a month, so it's not that long, but helm graced with gold human bones, worn by the unspeaking adherent of Sir Gideon, the all-knowing. Slowly replenishes HP when HP is reduced. That's the buff you're talking about. It said that the bones belong to ancient lord, the soulless king, the lord of the lost and desperate, who is known as Ensha. Yeah. It's a fair shout. Thank you for the reminder. Thick full set of armor covering, perhaps deep red scarf. Some of it's flavor text, some of it's useful text, right? That's the bitch. That's flavor text. Hellmourn by knights, once loyal to Praetor Reichgard. Although this is probably like most of the lore the game comes from, to be honest. I should probably be reading these. I'd maybe be less confused about some of the actors. Its crest of red feathers symbolizes Reichgard's pedigree as Lord Radagon's son. Radagon, right? Radagon's son. Helm worn by the knights sworn to defend the royal capital of Leindel. The golden canopy represents the honor standing amongst the tree's defender. Okay, which one of these do you have? What does my current mask do? Does it have a buff, actually, that I didn't know about? Greatly increases arcane. Oh, right, it was boosting the arcane. To the detriment of physical attack power. Wait, it's applying a nerf? How did I not... Mask fashioned by the corpse of a formless silver tear, supported by its hardened shed husk. To imitate the imitators by cunning and deed. There is a sword down, an attack down, isn't there? Fuck me. I never associate, like, I've noticed it. I just never, like, it's always been in other contexts when I've checked. I've never actually paired it with the mask. So if I just yoink. Oh. Well, that's fine. It's been great. It's been like training weights. You know what I mean? You know? Like I'm thinking this is like a truly nerdy example. It's coming from my like childhood, you know. But like I think most people associate it's like Goku, right? He's going to Namek. He's got the weights on with a high gravity. No, it's funny. It's fine. This game has so fucking much to it. Like we're at 120 hours total playtime now. Really, I mean, there's probably been some lost time in there, and that's like first from software game, right? So I'm learning all of the fucking patterns in this one. I was rocking that charm the hug lady gives you forever. I didn't understand the red square was a health indicator. I actually felt like it was a placeholder. It was going to get filled in at some point in the future. Item discovery. Bleed buildup. Okay, so that's been useful. That's been useful, actually. I do enjoy the bleed. I figuring out the nuances. I'm just now getting to the place where I'm like, okay, I mostly understand all the stats and their implications, but still a little bit arcane faith and intelligence. The clean delineation between those three is a little. I was using arcane recently. I mean, I've been enjoying the seal, and I'm not sure which one of those we're reliant on what level of arcane right now. Let's look at our gear. Let's figure out our gear and then sort the other things out. What we got? And both of these are fine statted. This is lower stats, but that HP regen is not nothing. I'm kind of curious to see how fast that HP regen is. Stats aren't terrible. The weight's nice. I wish there was like there. Wait, hold on. Let's go. Or what is this doing? Is this changing the layout of the inventory page? Interesting. It says compare detail. Oh, it's detailed view. It's the name of the view. That's not entirely clear. I'm talking about the bottom of the screen, right? It says depress right thumbstick, simple view, detailed view. I get it now, but it said compare details. I was kind of hoping for a more interactive experience to compare the details. Alas, no. I mean, you can equip one, right? And then I can compare sort of with the current equip. Interesting. So it's kind of funny to look at it from that perspective. Like, this is those stats or the costs of that bonus, right? The health regen effect. Health hasn't been that big a concern recently. The weight, too. The weight is not nothing. Although, we wanted to see. Sorry. So easy to get distracted. We were looking for... What? Right. Any other... Reduces damage from headshots and impacts. Special effects that we want to take into account right now. That's flavor text. Except for that reduces damage. Damage to get. Metal helm with a pointed beak worn by the Bloodhound Knights. The Bloodhound Knights are trained as hunters and known to be unshakable trackers. Without the use of language, each knight chooses his own master. Once the decision has been made, the knight stays loyal for life. Remarkably crude. Excellent. I do want to look at all this lore too, but right now I'm kind of need to stay focused on tasks. We need to see any. Okay, you guys have things, right? Slightly reduces FP, cost of sorceries, but increases damage taken. These all increase damage taken, right? Yeah. FP cost of skills. No. Feline intelligence. Okay, so that's explaining its buff is why you get an intelligence buff. Makes sense. Yeah. I mean, I definitely appreciate, right? For the most part, game feels really balanced. Feels like they put a lot of care into trying to make things like balanced. Though challenging. Like, so usually a pause is going to give you a negative for opportunity cost, right? Greatly increases arcane. We were looking at that forever. Horns strengthens ancestral infant's head. Increases intelligence to the detriment of stamina. I don't know about that. Wait, hold on. I actually want to know about this. Who's one of the glintstone crowns bestowed upon Rea Lucaria scholars whose pursuits were deemed worthy. Increases intelligence to the detriment of stamina. The Carolus Conspectus is the oldest of the Academy's lineages of study, begat by the sorcerer Zur. Scholars who followed in his footsteps pursue the mysterious comets. Okay, that was actually Carlos Conspectus. Yeah, still dense. Actually, still surprisingly dense. Don't know who that guy is still. I know his face is important. I've seen it a lot. Problem with Elden Ring is that it has a typical Japanese RPG issue of refusing to actually explain some of the most important mechanics. Or worse, they explain it poorly and underestimate the importance. I do empathize and understand that remark 100%. What would have been one of my points of frustration in learning a foul creation decided to torment the wearer, either slowly fermenting hatred or within their heart or spiritual fervor that is near indistinguishable from it. Ey. Like they feel like they want you to have the information generally. I mean, they've done such a great job like incorporating help menus. Like you can have an explanation of shit in here in your menu. Like, and a lot of those confusing points get explained in those text scenes, like the loading scenes, transition snippets. But you can't like go and view those that I know of, or like there's not like a way that they're forced through you upon you to like taught. I mean, frostbite, the nature of frostbite and bleed and all those things are left to be discovered. Alorfa, hello, welcome. Good Wednesday. Just passing by. Gotta go back to work in a minute. I hope you have a good stream. Thanks for dropping in. I appreciate it. I appreciate doing all right. Haven't done anything too interesting yet because we are finally looking at some of the kit. Let's assume I'm willing to sacrifice 5 point. Oh, that is a lot more weight, though. It's a half pound. I can probably afford the half pound. Maybe. Let's look at what we've been running Godric Night Arm for a while. Oh shit! Yeah, it is that time. Well, good news. We're not doing anything too interesting, so that's fine. I honestly, chat, completely forgot. I mean, I remembered right before stream, and then forgot since we started it. I was not keeping an eye. It's gonna take a while to get good at staying on top of Caden armor. How much weight am I dealing with? Wait, currently 11, 12 pounds, basically. That's like a pretty hefty, isn't it? It's one of the heavier ones. It's like the max-ish? Wow, okay. Am I getting good value out of those 12 pounds? I mean, it's high statted compared to a lot of these, I guess. You'll leave me with a question that you saw on Instagram. If you could add a 0 to any number in your life, what would you choose? Welcome back. Everybody should be back from ads by now, hopefully. Sorry, y'all. Still new affiliate. Getting used to keeping track of them. I'm actually trying to be good about managing when they run and making sure nothing interesting happens during that time. Actually, I'm going to try to overlap breaks. I usually almost a once an hour break kind of thing. So, just a single 0 to any number in my life. I mean, could it be like my bank's annual interest rate? That would be pretty potent. Change whatever it is, like 2% to 20%. Like, fuck, dude, you get it. Because, I mean, I think I understand the question, Overcause. Like, if you could magic a number in your life to be different. Like, so a person who really has big ambitions maybe would choose to add a 0 to the as the last digit of their lifespan, their number of years. Like, without any qualifying riders, though, that would be fucking awful, right? Like, if you couldn't somehow also ensure youthful longevity, if you just, like, freaking stayed alive as a withered old husk, like, just rotting in a bed for... Because, like, you'd change, like, you know, I would, instead of being 40, whatever, I'd be 400 before, like, that was ever a concern, right? Like, but if those extra like 300 years or more, depending, right? Because you're adding a 0, so it could be up to what, 1,000 years maybe. If they're dog shit, like, yeah, no, thank you. So it's kind of a little bit like monkey's paw, which careful what you wish for. But like, you could do like a perfect, just net positive thing. Like, yeah, if like just the rate at which you accrue interest in your life. It's like if you had like a magical writer, like just for you, some reason, all banks gave you the same rate of interest, but times 10, basically, is the functional math, right? then what you could just do at that point is just get everybody to loan you, give you money. I'll save it for y'all. I'll put it in there and then just pay them all out and just keep you a slice of the interest. I mean, you're literally just set. You have nothing to do for the rest of your life, as far as money is concerned. I mean, that'd be one plan. He's saying, welcome. What? Did y'all hear that? Y'all heard that, right? The damn sound worked. I thought it worked. What? I'm so confused. I was literally testing this before stream, trying to get it to work, and it was not working. What happened? Stream Elements. They heard me bitching and fixed it, maybe? I don't know. He's saying, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. I choose to use my 0 to add another 0 to the end of all bills the rest to pay now. I mean, that could still mathematically work out in my favor, I think. Like, if that was, like, the trade-off, you know, in terms of, like, for every buff there's a negative. Because the interest compounds, remember. The bills would be that'd essentially be a constant. You'd be modifying the total expense by constant, but I could totally exploit the interest to be an exponential. That's an interesting thought experiment, though. Just like if you could just change the number at 0, add a 0 to something. I have a really sincere answer, actually, but I can't give it because it delves into political. A smart commenter said, I can now add 10 zeros to any number in my life. Just on the theory that 0 multiplied by 0. Or I don't maybe I'm missing it. Yeah, I mean 2,000 turns into 20,000, but I mean compound interest. That shit's scary. if you actually get asymptotic with it, shit. The problem would just be like having a way to exploit it, right? Because obviously, if I don't have money to seed money to work from to exploit the interest bit, then that would just be devastating. Which kind of is like a funny peek into socioeconomics to a greater extent, just like the greater impact that the impoverished are. Anyways, what were you doing, chat? Oh, my mouse is actually gonna make my so much easier. We should use my mouse for this. Fuck me. What am I doing? Mouse is the way, chat. Mouse is the way. I'm an idiot. For this. That doesn't weigh that much. How many stats am I losing? Guess I can. Hello? I see what's happened. Okay. Physical. So it is losing a substantial bit, though, on the statage. We're wearing. I mean, everything's going to compare pretty unfavorably to the heavy piece of shit we're wearing, right? I think that would have been a nice upgrade, actually. I mean, maybe just swap that out right now. Cosplay belts. Oh, the comment adds a 0 to the question itself. I mean, sure, I guess. I'm trying to think if that works. And honestly, I'm tired of wasting the brain cycles on it. I'm just going to stop. Where it's already defying the laws of physics, right? Where... That's not... Honestly, my chess piece hasn't been the worst equip, has it? Like, I don't want any of this shit. I can afford some weight. I'm not gonna... I want some stats of some nature. I'm not quite on the team cosplay just yet. It's not even that bad of a sacrifice for the weight, I guess. I really need to do, actually... Can I... No, I can't mark these for sale or anything, right? Like, I can't mark junk. Probably just need to go visit a... I've been saying I was going to do it offline forever. Go visit a shopkeep and actually just dump all this stuff that I'm sorting. Yeah, let's do it. We can teleport back here, right? We're at this one. Yeah. Can leave. Oops. Can leave an additional little marker to remind myself where I'm leaving off from. Because I want to come back here. I do want to come back here. We'll just go to the Lost Grace, the Table of Lost Grace, and round table and sell some of this crap that's clogging up my inventory, make my life better. A lot of this is just garbage that I wasn't willing to commit to getting rid of before, right? I was holding on to so much garbage in my inventory because it's like I didn't know it was good. Not that I don't know it's great, but I could sell things to you, right? Can I not sell to these guys at all? How do I get rid of shit? How do I not know this already? I've literally never done that. This is why my inventory is full of shit. Can I not? Not sure they can sell. Or at least store. I know they have a chest somewhere because stuff goes to my chest. I don't think you let me sell shit.
Well,
you can sell to the blacksmith guy.
I took you for dead.
I think it's hilarious that I literally walked up here and said, I don't think you'll be able to sell. And but I was like, yeah, I should check. I don't think this one would let me have a sale option really, but we should check. And meanwhile, you're done. I'm like, yeah, for some reason that guy's gonna let you do it. And yeah, awesome. Open the chest at any site of grace to stuff things into. Let's get rid of, like, just actually get rid of some of this crap. Like, we have duplicates and stuff, right? Like, we don't need 10 of these, 3 of these. We don't need any of these, right? Is there any reason, unless we're trying to cosplay? I didn't realize this had less weight. That's an interesting... So I thought the altered reverse cosmetic changes. No, they're different stated. Okay. Definitely don't need 2 of this shit. Definitely don't want this. Do I care about cosplaying ever? Like, we could throw these in a chest, I guess. Not like we're getting money from them. Didn't I just sell? Oh, got it. I mean, I don't think any of this garb's gonna get used. Definitely don't need these. All the duplicates. Let's get rid of duplicates first, huh? Wow, we have so many aristocrat boots. One perk of the aristocrat set makes your bits slightly bigger for some reason. Okay. Interesting, guys. Are these just... No, they have different stats too. Fancy difference, but also... just a reprioritization of them. Alright. What's good... I'm sorry, chat, that this is probably boring. I'm sure everybody who's played this game knows, though, that at some point this has to happen. I am starting to get a good feel for, like, what the tiering is for some of these, you know, weight classes, like medium, light, heavy. As uber heavy. No wonder it's statted so big. We're wearing, like, medium high tier right now. They do seem to categorize. And it helps now that we have a big sampling, right? It's really tough to, like, get a good impression of what you're working with when you just have a couple for each. Wow, these look identical and they have 3 different names and stats. Awesome. Okay. I think we've gotten rid of most of the duplicates. Oh. We have 2 altered commoners headbands. Awesome. That's not the weirdest thing about armor in this game. There's a legit set of panties armor in-game that you can't obtain by any legitimate means. But if you cheat and get it and go online, the game legit checks your inventory for it and auto-bans you from online for having it. Then why is it in the code, guys? Come on. I don't... It's a little like entrapment, isn't it? I don't know. I mean, it's not entrapment, but it's like also why is it in there? It's a honeypot. It's literally a honeypot of some kind. It's there. Okay, that's why it's there. That is why it's there. It's literally there to catch. Well, that and I bet you anything. I wouldn't be surprised if it's there to basically catch that subsect of the population that is wanting to cheat, but is so inept at doing it that they're going to basically walk into the honeypot, get caught, and then removed from the online community. You know, that could also totally be a thing. But I could also equally see it being an oversight, given the fact that a couple of the things that are what I feel are oversights in the game. I have a couple. I in general think the game's fantastic. I don't try to bitch about it too much because I think on the whole it is truly an excellent title. And I don't want the pervasive bit of my words be coming out of my mouth negative, and that is my tendency because I'm more likely to be critical than praising of any given thing, myself included. But it does have a couple warts. The camera control is a big one for me. The camera control can be frustrating sometimes. The lock-on behavior especially. I think the reason that they're banning people, I would agree, could fall into that. Like the reason why they wouldn't allow for it in the online play would not wanting to be adults only. But really, yes, it has to exist in the game if an NPC wears it. But like, there could be. I don't know. I don't know how much hacking they're having to do to get the like garb to be accessible. Like if they're actually manipulating its properties inside the database, or if it's already configured so the player can wear it, and it's just like a simple bit flag about, yeah, turn it on. You know, it's different degrees. Like they could have it left there to be easily discovered, or it could just be like, no, we were lazy, we were stupid, we left it in there, and we have to make sure it doesn't get in there, because if we have online players walking around strutting their stuff, then it ends up we have to be 18 plus in the game store, and that's not good for our sales. Get get rid of some of this shit. Yeah, let's actually clean out our inventory. I'm not wearing any of this right now, right? Yeah, fuck it. Let's pull out of there. No, that's fine. We'll pull out. Right? This works. Doesn't it work? How I might regret this. Switch to chest. Okay, how inconvenient is this to try on and stuff to see its comparisons to current equip? Doesn't offer any comparison, does it? Okay, well, we'll take out high quality candidates. I definitely think these are riding with us. The mass stays. I don't feel like any of these are likely to get use right now, to be honest. I'm going to leave them. It's not the Bill Baroccan. Nor are these. Probably not, right? None of these are going to be useful, right? Unless I'm really strapped for weight. I guess if I was doing for an agile build, maybe. I'm definitely not going to try for anything under what, like, what are we looking at? Ah! Nintendo, why can't you get on Team X Circle for... I swap between games pretty freely. Whenever I play a Nintendo game pretty heavily, and recently we got a Switch too, so a lot of Mario Kart World, a lot of a little bit of Pokemon. My brain starts getting confused about the muscle memory of what is cancel and what is confirm on the controller. Also, I thought I decided that this was easier with a damned mouse. Well, this actually isn't. Oh, I see. Okay, that is a little weird. I mean, I guess I understand it. I don't... How do I... Sorry, I clearly don't use the mouse keyboard very often with this game. Let's just put them all in. Let's put them all in, and we're going to take them out. I forgot to sell shields. Shit. Whatever, we'll sell them later. This is going to make my life easier, I think. I hope. No. Yeah, I know. I know, I'm sorry. I'm just spam clicking. Yeah, I'm keeping those. I'm keeping those. I'm keeping those. Oh. Yeah, I guess. Forgot about weapons. Different symbols are the almost entire reason I refuse to use anything but the Xbox controller. Yeah, it can be challenging, right? Weapons? I don't know. I like weapons. Some of these are definitely never going to get used, but it feels different for some reason. Although we do need to clear out those dupes. Alright, shields that are maybe in contention. I have not considered... Can I not scroll? Hello? Oh wait, I have to switch to chest. How do I use the control? Well, let's use both controller and key and mouse. It's fine. All right. So what are our weight categories? 3.5 looks like it's the peak for most of these. So 3.5 is going to be our heavy, and then mid 2 is going to be mid to upper 2 is going to be our hot, heavier. These had good magic fire. We're definitely keeping those in our inventory. That's for damn sure. They had good statted. Okay, so you're really decent for magic, fire, lightning, holy, but not so good for damage, physical damage negation. And then obviously resistances are something that I need to keep on top of as well. This game is so much fun. I mean, you asked that like I should know what it is, though. Floofy Ralts. And you definitely don't want to go there. Because there's going to be a lot about this game I don't know what it is. Pearl Drake, let's see if I have one. I don't even... This is first playthrough of first From Software title. And also, though we do want to be still mindful of spoilers and backseating. There's no spoilers in the channel. They will catch a ban. Not that anybody's ever actually caught one. And then backseating is just like, just don't be really heavy-handed about it. Did I miss it? Or... Pearl. Drake Talisman. Oh, I'm wearing it. Boost non-physical damage. I mean, I've been wearing it. I like that effect. It doesn't... Wait, hold on. Switch view. How much damage? No, I didn't... Can I not... Confused. I'm not trying to store it. Why select item to store in chest, switch view? Oh, right, that's... Sorry, I got confused for a second because it's... Xbox prompt. It has no text. So it doesn't tell me how much it does then. But I actually have been wearing it for quite a bit. That's pretty nice. It's probably helped quite a bit. I definitely have enjoyed its company. I'll say that much. Oh my god. This is a little awkward to... Keeping basically all the heaters. I think all the heaters seemed kind of interesting. Well, I guess they're not all equally interesting, are they? I don't know. I could have sworn I couldn't equip that. Or at least I couldn't for the longest time. Keeping that, buddy. Although I'm not likely, I think, right now to be doing a lot of great shields, but... God, they weigh a lot. 17 pounds? I'm just presuming it's pounds. Maybe it's kilograms. Fuck. I haven't considered medium shields in forever, just because I've liked. Well, I'm at the like small shield, less than 100% damage negation, and I think that's actually a hole. Like I think I should be giving more consideration, even though I very much enjoy having 100% physical damage negation. I should at least be considering those at some point. I'll just keep them. I don't think I care for either of these though. Oh, right. No skill. Armament has no skill. Armament, on the other hand. The Ice Crest originates from a Korean princess, though the effect is slight. It boosts magic damage negation and resistance to frost. Interesting. Probably unlikely still, though. I do want to get back to the point where I'm actually practicing trying to get competent with parry, though. Holy damage negation. Interesting. I mean, it's a good thing it doesn't cost us anything to carry the shit. Sang. Sorry, I'm pretty exhausted. We'll just be watching silently today. No worries. That's perfectly fine. You want to see the emote in action? Excellent. It is. It's a good one, for sure. Get good use out of it. I have to remember I need to actually talk with Kira about there's artist attribution for the emotes available in Twitch. I think she has to go and do something on her side to like accept it. I don't know what it does actually once she's accepted it, but it should definitely have attribution. Let's just take things that look interesting. Possible candidates, but not. You guys aren't getting warned, I don't think. For fuck's sake. It would be cool if the game automatically sensed which input I was currently using and then changed the text prompts at the bottom to correspond. Because it is screwing my brain a little bit. I'm forgetting those are Xbox controls, right? But I'm, of course, using a PlayStation controller, which already adds some confusion to my mental overhead. And then you throw in the fact that my mouse and keyboard, and like a couple times I went to click X on the keyboard. It's like, well, that's not going to do shit. Well, maybe it will. I don't actually know what the keyboard controls are because it doesn't tell me. Unless I go to the settings. I think settings would let me make that change. 4.6, 4.6, 5.1. That's our weight class right now. Okay. Switch to chest. So all these are 4. You're too heavy. I don't want you. I don't want you. I definitely don't want you. This is fucking... I mean, this one... Alright, that's in the realm, I think. I don't think I'm putting on a 7.5 pounder right now. None of these have anything special, right? No. Yeah, the stats are not great. Okay. This probably would be easier. Would it be easier if I actually looked up an online spreadsheet? Probably not, because that would flood me with information that's irrelevant. Because, oh my god, how much the total number of armor sets that I don't yet contain? It's probably heavy, isn't it? We're wearing something really, really heavy right now, aren't we? 11.8 pounds. I want to consider some of these better, lighter pieces. Do the do the chest plates, boots, and things frequently end up with special effects, or is that more of like a head type of feature? I feel like games usually like to kind of mostly reserve special effects for crowns and headpieces of special. Please don't look up an online sheet. It's just data overload. Very really possibly 9 and 10 of them are missing information or flat out lying. Okay. Yeah. I appreciate the. Yeah. I've been trying to be good about. I want to do this blind. I'm very few things I've actually looked up. And I just realized how futile of an attempt that would be. It would be just so much information. Whatever. Let's take these. It doesn't take us anything. This is intended to simply simplify my life, not make it worse. I want to take those things which are theoretically viable candidate. It's not doesn't take us anything to carry them. It's okay if we're carrying them and we don't want to wear them. It's just let's get rid of the crap. Yeah. I don't think I'm wearing that again, but we'll just fucking carry it. We'll just carry it. Also, I didn't consider the Land of the Reeds altered, just because my brain at the time I got that would have been like, well, that's my starting armor, so I don't want it. But who knows? Maybe. Volcano Militia armor. Those stats are not where it's at. All right. So these are somewhat already divided based on weight tier. Interestingly enough. What are we wearing? We're wearing something actually massively heavy currently, aren't we? 5.8. Oh, the Banished Knight Gauntlets. Yeah, okay, so we're going to lose stats, almost surely, because I don't think I want to wear those. So hefty. 3.5, so we're coming on these. 3.9, you're definitely in consideration. What do our immunities on these look like? Anything worth... Like, you have actually high focus, vitality, and shit. For a pair of gloves. Shit, defense. Good magic defense, I guess. Keep you around. You guys, so much. Wow, we're already getting close to another ad break, chat. Shit. That means I've been doing this for way too long. Let's speed it up, speed it up, speed it up. Doesn't have to be perfect, it's just better. Take them with us. It's fine. Caden Gauntlets will take them with them. Okay, we're not leaving a lot of those behind. Still have to actually figure out which of these we want to wear. I'm just trying to get rid of the stuff that's not all that likely. God, these are so heavy. I don't think so. Doesn't take... You can keep them in the inventory fine. The only reason they need to be in the inventory is if we would want to equip them without visiting a site of grace. So there's no point for that, actually. When are we going to want to throw those on without visiting a site of grace, really? Oh, kept a redundant pair. all these pairs that are just so similar. It's like, oh, maybe. It's big magic resistance. Probably not, though. Wrong button. If for some reason I ever was feeling desperate for magic defense, I guess I could look at those, but like this is almost just better. I didn't realize how big some of these immunity stats were. 41. Okay. This is why my immunity's been so shit throughout this gameplay. I've focused so much on my physical damage negation, and those two are frequently at odds. They like leather. Leather looks like it does a lot for your immunity and stuff for some reason, right? Leather and cloth are big for soaking up poison, I suppose. Good enough for now. Now to equip. And then we're going to sharpen. Do I actually want to try this one? Or would I rather... Let's set up like we're going to just go with a stat-based build, and we'll see what if we want to swap out the helmet. I'm interested in one of these, actually. It's an increase on our weight. And I'm not sure if we're keeping it. But technically, it's a damage buff, because our previous helmet has been nerfing our attack damage. So, there's that. I do think I'd like to see if we can't get a lighter armor or... This is really weak to strike, but it doesn't take that big a hit in a lot of the other camps. Well, compared to my current armor, it does, but... Like, that 8.8 strikes suck. I mean, the holy and lightning and shit, but... Why is my Land of Reeds armor still... Well, that's the Arthur one. Do I have my original? Where's my original? Did I start the game with altered? Or did I just leave it in my chest? Probably just left it in the chest. £1.2. Doesn't feel great. It's like, I don't even know if I need to save that much weight. What are we trying to... Right now, medium load, equipment load, I can take 73 pounds. Now, I think I'd like to reduce that maybe in total, but it's not like we're hurting at our current weight tier. Ah, the row remains stacked together quite well. Interesting. I mean, that makes sense. Set bonuses are a thing in most of your games, aren't they? So each one of these then is going to slow your opponent's HP, and HP when it's reduced. Do I actually have the full set? I do have the full set, it looks like. Let's see what our stats look like with that, actually. I'm curious. Stats. We'll swap to this gameplay scene for a minute. We're going to end up at the just chatting scene before we get to gameplay anyway, so you guys can see all the stats. It would have been really helpful to have actually written down what my previous stats were, huh? Taking this through now. Hold on, let's see what they were before. I wish there was like a way to do easier comparison. Okay, we can do it this way. Let's now, I think this is what I had in mind when I started doing this. Was just going to put them on and we're going to see what it would be if we swapped them out for other pieces. So, wait, okay. Here, chat, help me understand the numbers, because I don't think the explanation makes it clear. Damn it, for fuck's sake. Defense/damage negation. Is that a percentage? On the right hand side, so physical 127. Is the 24.099, is that the total, is that the multiplier that's applied to the incoming damage, basically? The damage reduction is 24.09%. And is that flat, or is that like based on enemy tier at all? Like, is there magical, like, I'm thinking Path of Exile, okay? If you guys have played it, I'm sure you know the armor stat, like, it's a little fucky depending on exactly the level of incoming damage and shit like that. It's not, even though it represents it to itself to be flat incoming damage, is this just actually flat damage negation, or is there a special complicated puzzle behind that number? Like, they do so much to explain so much, and they won't explain to me more or less flat, if you remember right. You aren't going to have a level difference damage other than the effects. Some areas in the game are just meant for higher level players. The resistance numbers. The left hand over right hand. What is left over right? Like, I don't, what is 209 over 84? I presume 209 is the total sum of my gear. What is the no, they both change commensurately. Like, 209 over 84 is a number close to 3. What 3? 3 what? 209 divided by 84. Like, what? Understanding that might actually help me substantially. Like, so FP, like, that makes sense. FP, 100 out of 100. HP, 910 out of 910. That makes sense to me. How do I have 208 out of a total of 83? Or how do I have... You know what I mean? And part of me just wants to go look up on this online, and then part of me worries that I'm going to find a whole shit ton of stuff that I didn't want to discover. Which is why I've mostly just muddled through until now. Right hand is the actual stat, and the left hand is the number of game uses. Wait, and the left hand is the number the game uses. When you look at a weapon, it has an affliction such as bleed. It mentions the number 57. That number has to build up to that target's resistance the game uses. In this case, the enemy tried to bleed you with an attack that applied 50 bleed. They would have to hit you 5 to 6 times. Okay, the right number is what I've... Sorry, I'm keeping my ad on the... We have an ad coming in 6 minutes. We gotta be fast. I'm gonna take a break in a second, chat. I appreciate all y'all. Thank you for your patience and your assistance, Floofy Routes. I appreciate it. The right-hand number of my armor right now, the pieces sum to 84 immunity, which is giving me, we'll call it a reservoir of 209 immunity hit points. Now, enemies' attacks will do an arbitrary, specific to that attack type number of immunity damage points, and so it will reduce that pool, and then I'm sure all of the consumables that I eat pour into this pool. Oh, and then some of those probably increase the pool. And then somehow the visualization of when it, like, I eat the food, and then, like, it shows the bar, and the bar, like, drifts to empty. That's probably somehow a visualization of the fact that the pool has been expanded by that much, and then it needs to be replenished those points or something. I appreciate this. Is actually maybe starting to make some things make sense, though. That might be quite useful. Anyhow, I'm going to preempt the ad. I'm going to preempt the ad because I need to use the restroom and grab some coffee anyways. So just to give me a couple minutes, chat. I appreciate your patience thus far. We're going to get to action soon. We're going to try climbing Volcano Manor today. We've been there once before. We were abducted. We wandered through all of the basement, and we eventually escaped. It's been a while since we have never considered coming back. We're coming back now that we found the Altus Plateau. And we will be doing it soon, right after these commercial break. And, well, I mean, I need to go anyways for just a couple minutes, so works out great. But if you get back before I do, there will be some happy music for you. Thanks for hanging out, guys. No drop frames yet. Network's holding up. It's nice, nice. I just realized. I think it makes sense a little bit now. So when I use the rune arc, all of the pools, the game number on the right, the left-hand side of the stat resistances increase. So all the pools expand, and so they're no longer at capacity, and that's why the bars all appear and start to deplete. Gotta say, like, that visualization actually did not make intuitive sense. The way I had actually interpreted that visualization, when I use the rune arc, all of the status bars get a little bit of a showing in the screen on the HUD. I figured that actually I was taking a small hit to each of those stats, like as though I was like mildly poisoned, mildly madness, mildly like all like. And basically, if I'd used that rune arc at the wrong time, I could have actually inflicted a status upon myself. Like, that's how that visualization came across to me. So it's an interesting point, I think, for the game dev. I don't think it's that unreasonable of an interpretation either. Feels a little weird. Not everything's perfectly intuitive. Not everything's easy to be made perfectly intuitive, though. This I do know from my time as an engineer. Anyhow, all right. Well, I decided, you know what we're going to do? We're just going to fucking probably give The Royal Remains a try. Because why not? I don't have? I have a greater understanding now of my stats, how they interplay, how the gear works and all that. What I don't have a good understanding of is an intuitive understanding of like the baseline of what a good stat is. You know, like, what should I want my vitality to be at this point in the game? What should I hope for my dexterity to be? Those... Oh, I already switched over. Oh, God. So I was struggle busting so much. I was, like, trying to change a cam. Like, wait, I'm confused. Why? It's because we were already on the right scene. Just not the right audio source. Still here? Excellent. Thanks for hanging out, Floofy Ralts. Let's probably... Oh, wait, let's take a look at our... If we can spare, and I hope we can, all of the crafting ingredients, I think I might want to try upgrading this new sword that we're playing with right now. Where do I see my crafting ingredients? What? Sorry, inventory. I mean, these can be used in place of smithing stones ones, right? Because apparently we haven't found a lot of those in a long time. Yeah, a decent chunk, right? Like, we can go pretty heavy on some. I have not even tried to take anything up to... Yeah, alright. Mid to late game, 30 vitality is a minimum. Otherwise, you start getting one shot regardless. I have been getting one shot on a couple bosses. It was frustrating. I haven't been fighting those bosses recently. So we have not yet defeated, on my to-do list, in Caelid. We've gotten to the Bestial Sanctum because apparently you can get a teleport. I don't remember where that... It was like the way gate was like right here or something like that. But we got teleported in there. But the guard standing outside the Bestial Sanctum has yet to be felled, frustratingly enough. I was getting the fight good. I was starting to get the hang of it. And it was getting towards the end of the stream. And on the last run that I was given an attempt for, it was going really well. I was on point. We got into half health. And then he one-tapped me. Most of his decks don't one-tap me, actually. The fact that he just had one heavy hitter that I'm like, okay, come back later. Fuck off. It was like already a 4-minute epic battle, and I'd just get reset like that from a one. I actually enjoy that about the game, but it is punishing. Like, it can be frustrating. It is just a fact. I think it drives me to get better as a whole, and I find it to be a compelling experience, but it can irritate if you're already in the space for it. Equipment wise, we were trying Moonveil. We just like used it a couple times. We had just been able to equip it for the first time at the end of stream last time, and we're very excited to discover the addition of the like maybe projectile component. It's kind of interesting. It's weak though, but if we can afford, it looks like we should be able to afford to pump some sharpening into it.
No matter, it's all to stay out your own.
He always thinks I'm dead. I don't know why though. So what's our current one? The Uchikatana is up to, where is it? Uchikatana, where you at? 13 currently, so it should probably be a lot better than that. Oh, wait. Is this the first one I've tried using a somber smithing stone on, actually? How many of those do we have? I missed it. Decent number. You don't have any 7s, though. Not very many 6s either. Large shard of a smithing stone drained of color. Strengthens special armaments to +2, to +3, +4. Special armaments with unique characteristics cannot be strengthened with colored smithing stones. Number of steps and amount strengthened differ. Okay, I didn't know that. I didn't know they actually had... I hadn't realized yet that the total number of stages seems to be quite different. This is only a +1, where this one's like plus crazy. And I feel really bad for having a less than like plus a billion. All right. Anything we care about should be 5.
Back already, no matter.
Okay, so plus 23 damage. No, sorry, 5, 10, 15. And then magic damage. Oh, let's not do the math. It's gonna get bigger. It's gonna get a lot bigger. I want to do that too. Said 5, right? I said 5. I'm going to consider taking it to +6. Well, how does it compare right now, though? This is an easier way. Compare details. So yeah, I mean, it's less physical, but the magic's more than making up for it, right? Just making sure, doing the math in my head. Be cool if there's like a little summation line at the bottom. Oh, it can't work like that, really, right? Because different levels of resistance for different enemies means different. To that extent, actually having mixed physical and magic is probably beneficial. Because I've struggled for sure with some enemies that have high physical damage resistance, I feel. Having some implicit magic wouldn't have been a bad idea. Let's give. First of all, let's. I feel like I liked it better than Meteoric Ore Blade. That's why I'm down for this. Because it's basically Unsheath, right? Transient Moonlight is Unsheath. I love Unsheath. It's just Unsheath with Projectile, which is awesome.
Back already.
More. Give me more strength. This. Yes. Do it. Let's do it. We can't do +7. That's the one we're missing, so we can go to 8. Can't go to 7. All right. We can bump you a couple times at least, right? We had several of the smaller stones, I feel. I'm mistaken. Oh, it took a smithing stone. For some reason, I thought that also took somber smithing stones. Apparently, we need to find smithing stones because you cannot use higher tier ones.
Greetings. Are you here for...
I've only summoned him once or twice, but might as well. So the main thing you will, with your main stats, is something the game will literally never tell you in any way, shape, or form. I mean, they do have some special places they like to be mum on, huh? Let's for 2, 1, sure. I want to see what a beefy one kind of does. We haven't actually invested in any of these yet. Let's see what like a beefy knight guy does. Can I still afford him? Can, right? I think I can.
Back already. No matter.
Shield does nothing, right? It's like all his attack power. Oh no, it does guard boost increase. Shit. Okay, well, where can I get smithing stones then? These guys didn't sell them, right? I'm trying to, somebody sells smithing stones, I feel, but I don't remember who it was. Or no, are they not for sale ever? You sell these, I know. Somber smithing stones, that's nice. Not just regular. I haven't actually looked at all their inventory though. Request the aid of a hunter. Interesting. Answers requests from or summoning from hunters. I haven't been amazingly impressed with the latency of the few online experiences I've done, though. Okay, I can just buy that. Battle axe. Okay, so this would be a fair way if you wanted to like test out the different types of weapons bases, right? That actually would have been good at one point in time. Take on appearance of a host of finger. Oh! Huh. So you go in as a duplicate of the invading? Soft cap means... Wait, there are 2 cats, soft cap, hard cap. Hard cap means you can no longer level at stat anymore. Hard cap 99. Every stat hard cap's at 99. Okay. Soft cap is leveling, begin to diminishing return. Each stat has its own set of... Yeah. No, for sure. I mean, the soft cap is, I think, more common for a lot of games nowadays, right? You just let it scale infinitely so that you get almost nothing out of the next million points you put in after a certain point. And usually it works out quite favorable for the engineer too, right? Because it's actually a single mathematical formula that they just plug the number into and get out on the other side. It gets a lot more like when they have. It sounds like if they have multiple 2 or 3 different soft caps, maybe they have a either really complicated formula or they might have some a more heavy algorithm doing some shit, which you don't love because it does start to become confusing for your player base at some point. I have one of those now, right? We have one, at least. I would love to have more than one because I think there's one door that. Okay, good. God, I feel like there's one door that took two. Two sword keys, right? Anyways, we've done enough nonsense. Let's go die. I think we're gonna die, chat. Maybe. I don't know. I have no good feeling about... not good feeling. I have no existing intuition for where our stats are at right now because I didn't think ahead. And what am I doing? I didn't think to look at what my stats were before I changed them. So I don't know exactly how they changed yet. The HP regen does seem interesting, though. Damage stats tend to be in the 50-60 area, or most stats. Soft caps that matter tend to be around the 50-60 area, especially for damage stats. Okay, let's go see how we do with one of these assholes up here. These are all weaklings, so this shouldn't be a problem for anything. Although they were kind of depressing to kill last time because the Moonveil blade was unsharpened entirely, right? So bird scared me. Thought I was getting ambushed. Okay, this should be a one hit. Ooh. 1,000. I feel like that's more. I feel like we were like in the 800 range before with the backstab. Hey, fight me. Cool. Come on. Take it to the face like a man. Think that's a heavier hit? Don't like rightly remember though. That's fun though. I enjoy the light show. Damn. Oh, my bad. Moonblade is so good. People used to think it was easy mode for casters since it had such low stat requirement and can be used to scale a lot more with intelligence, so it got insane. Interesting. So it was kind of like a off-build weapon. Like a caster, you were statting up as a caster and then you found a later game and you're like, okay, I can be a melee too. I've been rocking Uchikatana the whole way through and this is feeling pretty nice though, I gotta say. It's feeling pretty sexy. Alright, so we're still above the threshold for health regen, right? Not getting any regen right now. What am I currently rocking? For... I probably don't need you. I might... what happens if I unequip you, actually? $18. Equipment load doesn't change, though. That might play in at some point. The incantation. I've been enjoying the incantations a little bit. That's a recent addition. Critical hits restore HP. It's interesting. I don't think I crit enough for it to be valuable. Constantly attract enemies' aggression. Excellent. Let's see exactly how much damage this does. I lost it. I don't remember card counters. Oh, hello, buddy. Let's focus on the heavy wood. Oops. Yeah, he's doing 2. Why am I doing? 1. Oh. Oof. Big hit. I was trying to roll there and I didn't do it fast enough, and then yeah, fuck me. I was going to run past him. There's going to be a roll action, which he clipped. I was just starting the animation for it. He got me during, and then staggered my way. This stupid. We haven't fought too many of those guys, all in all. Actually, had an easier time with them before, though. I feel like they would be high to physical damage resistance, though, wouldn't they? Oh, what? Oh, shit! That's dumb. I feel like I've been doing that a lot recently, and I don't know why. Hi. Sorry. Sophia joins us. My kitty, Sophia, has joined the game. Was this a back... I'm not sure this backstab was actually fatal before, though, so that's kind of nice. I definitely... I shouldn't. I should not feel like I'm more agile right now, right? I was medium load before. So it should be exactly equally as agile. Maybe it's just in the character model. Being in form-fitting leather now. I don't know. Because I'm pretty sure his agility, especially with the roll, shouldn't changed. Oh, fuck. Might as well top, actually. Oh! Well, fucking hell. That has more range than I thought it had. That's actually kind of nice. So can I get from here? That is pretty nice. That is a pretty nice addition. Getting some range out of the Ushikatana. Or not Ushikatana, out of the Unsheath. Don't remember if I climbed this tower last time or not. We definitely poked around at these enemies for fun, to experiment. I don't know if I bothered. Let's check. Doesn't feel familiar. I will note, I don't feel like I've gotten any value out of the regen, the health regen from this yet. I haven't noticed the value. It's a better way to phrase that. Maybe we've gotten it. Asshole. Okay, I don't know that we're falling to a low enough health total to trigger it just yet. Which partly, I mean, that does go to make a statement on its utility. Is I usually try to be pretty aggressive about. Okay, happen here. Right, I got a bow up here. Right, that's a corpse. I got a bow up here. Yeah. I know that for the single piece, it definitely said 20%. I was curious whether it would be different as like a set, right? Give you a set bonus type of effect. I don't know how much of my time I spend below 20%. Now, the weight of it's pretty nice, though. Like, I have a lot of room to play with the weight as it is. Oh, I left this. This was the way I wanted to go forward, right? That's why I put this here. No. It's because I want to go down there. At some point. Whatever. This world's so freaking big. Let's just keep crawling on forward. Is there anything back there that we want to check on first? Yeah. I could definitely see if you're doing a build thing, especially. What am I doing? No! That's where that usually is. I didn't drink my coffee, chat. Obviously, first playthrough, first blind playthrough. I'm not doing any complicated build stuff just yet. Especially not at the 120-hour mark. I don't think I've learned enough of the options. No, I did come up here, I feel. Oh, right. Right. This is where the pain began. This is where... Damn it. Come on. 764. We went down there before. We got the set. There's an armor set at the bottom of a series of long passageways with rolling doom machines. I have not played any of the other Souls games, no. Oh, corpse. Village. Bones? Lump of flesh. Okay. No, I definitely went down there. I am not 100% sure, actually. And maybe you know. You probably know this game well enough, Floofy, to actually answer. I got an armor set from there. Like, I found the secret room, well, a room, that was guarded by, I think it was a Bloodhound Knight or whatnot. And I got a full armor set. Which one? Like Mount Gelmir? Or the Gelmir armor set? Yeah, this one. The Gelmir Knight helm and all of its coordinating pieces. Which is actually probably the one I was thinking about trying on. Started this stream today. There wasn't, like, more that I missed, right? Like, I got confused because I hoofed it out of there. There wasn't a return to entrance portal or anything, and I feel like there's definitely like another lava-filled passage that I could try going down, but I kind of felt like it was a bait. Like I poked at it, but I'm like, I don't know how I'm supposed to get down that much lava, so fuck off. I figured my conclusion was likely a bait, uncertain though. There's like a passageway just filled with freaking lava for miles, it seemed. No, I didn't see a safe place in any of the alcoves to stand. There's no ground that I could find. But I did not like put a lot of time into it because it was like kind of the end of the stream. I'm like, I'm tired of dying in this shithole. There is something there. You have to kind of parkour a bit and do something you wouldn't think of. All right, well, I'm not doing it today, but maybe we'll come back to that place soon stream. Like there was a part of me that's like, God, I do feel like there's something further on, but I cannot for the life of me figure out what I'm supposed to be doing to get through this lot without dying, without a lot of effort. It's too late. Not punished. Yeah, I remember you. Sort of. Fuck. God, fucker has a reach. Nope. Ah, Moonveil Blade is quite nice. I think I'll be away from this actually. Yep. Nope. Oh. Let's go. He was in a castle. Oh, Stormveil. He was in Stormveil Castle. He was like the first mini boss before the last mini boss before Godric, right? But a little different version and in a more close, cramped quarters. Like, I know this fighting style. Sulfuric grease. Scavenger's curved sword. Oh, no stress to it. Too much about it. I appreciate the offer, Luffy. I'm not that high stressed about, please, thank you. Completionism of it just yet. And if anything, I derive great satisfaction from... It's the completion of the challenge that I derive satisfaction of in video games. I don't like having things for the sake of having them, if that makes sense. What was I was going to look at my new sword. I mean, probably not, but Scavenger's curved sword. Spinning slash. I do want to play around with more of them. I have not played around with like a lot of these curved swords and stuff. I need to I don't even know what Magma Word Scale Sword behaves. I should know that by now. Can I actually afford to wait for this? If I have it as a secondary? I can't equip it, never mind. This one I could. At least see what it does. It's probably weak as shit right now, but... It's a little faster. I actually... As you get late game, there probably is going to be space for it, isn't there? Early on in my playthrough, like I look at the 3 armament slots and my brain starts cooking on like, oh, I can probably set together a couple different armaments that combine nicely. And then wait really reels that idea in. It's like, well, fuck. If I want to have like a katana and a great sword or some shit, or katana and a lance, like I'm already really chewing through my weight. But I mean, late game, you can probably end up with enough space that you can have multiple weapon sets equipped, right? Without it being too penalizing. That would be really fun if you could like. This enemy is a lot more fun to fight with a lance versus this enemy is a lot more fun to fight with a sword. Sorry, I'm looking to see if there's anything we're missing. I don't see it though. That's not happening. I don't think, at least. There's been a lot of spaces in this game and others where statements of like, nope, don't think that's doable, have turned out to be incorrect. That I always qualify them now. To me, I don't think that's doable, but never quite sure. Don't care about the mushrooms. Yeah. Oh, I should probably play around with the armament. I think I found the armament tiles, if I'm not mistaken. Sounds like it's tickling my brain. Just waiting to get attacked. But I was definitely putting a lot of stats into endurance early for that purpose, more than probably was warranted. Because I was like, oh yeah, I don't want to be over encumbered. Let's pump some endurance as I was learning the game. Let's see what's over here first. Let's not forget that ladder exists though. Hello, where'd you go? I saw you. You. I heard you. Thank you for announcing your intent so fucking clearly. If he was a little quieter, I would have been fucked, actually, I think. I was about to charge that asshole, and he would have caught me from behind. You know what I mean? Let's look at all the volcanic stone while we're here. It's very abundant, but we haven't found it anywhere else, so stock up. I mean, Trina's lilies are relatively uncommon. What are they doing? Just guarding it? Tranquility. Great shield builds, love endurance, more stamina and equipment. Loves their heavier armor and great shields, more stamina, absorb them with attacks. I haven't felt my build has been great at any stage, but I haven't felt overly punished by the direction I've taken it. And endurance was nice to have. Interesting. So it's a choose your own adventure tale. Let's go this way. Stamina, my friend. Obviously, I'm not doing a lot of spell shenanigans. like a katana user who over prioritized strength early game. That was one of the earlier confusions. It's still a bit of a confusion in certain respects, like why the katana does scale both with strength and with dexterity. Like, and the value between keen uchikatana. Like, I only took like 50 hours, I feel, to fully start to, not even fully, to begin to start to really grasp the distinctions of the armaments of war and the, okay, so that one's lower. The keen uchikatana versus standard, how they scale.
Welcome, dear customer. Yes.
Hello.
This way. Right this way.
I'll be right with you. Let me see what's on the high ground first before I step down. There's so many different. Oh, we got 2 incoming. Really? Anyone else? I want to go see that vendor. 100% I want to see the vendor. That's the good thing about Elden Ring. It's a lot more forgiving on your builds. You can almost build anything and not feel terrible. Other games want to have builds set up a lot sooner, especially as some other games don't have nearly as easy way to respec. I think I generally agree with that statement. I feel in general most games are fairly forgiving nowadays, though. Like it is very uncommon, or less common, we'll say, to find a game that's really punishing, especially an early game with your build decisions, and it doesn't give you any mechanism for correcting your mistakes. Like I'm of course coming from the perspective of cool. I was a little concerned, but I mean, there's no shot I was going to die for that height. I'm an old gamer, chat. Like, I've been gaming. Yeah. Stop talking.
Welcome, valued customer.
Come, trade.
Trade in our wandering emporium. Please, buy something.
You sound so desperate, my friend.
Hungry.
Oh, you are
I've been
desperate.
Hungry so long.
Okay, fair enough.
Please.
I think he's done talking now, at least. My first gaming console was Nintendo Entertainment System. Like, I didn't play Atari. I have played Activision. I didn't own one, but my grandparents had one. And I played the hamburger, build your own hamburger game. It's weird. Like, you built the hamburgers, but you also ate the hamburgers? I don't remember. It was a shitty game. It was really old. There have been several games. I'm thinking like Path of Exile, especially the first one, specifically the first one, or Oblivion, Morrowind. Like, there's a lot of these games that older RPGs where you can just absolutely hose yourself and make life pretty miserable for yourself without knowing or intending to, and there's not a lot of guidance or handholds to push you through. Most games nowadays are pretty good about not letting you kind of soft lock yourself. Elden Ring's actually almost a worse one in certain respects. Like, there's a lot of games, like, I mean, if you think about Mario's never going to let you soft lock, right? Like, there's no decision in there that's going to make you adversely impact the rest of your playthrough. Or Silksong, obviously, the number one title for this channel as of late. Like, you can put together tool sets and charm, or no charms. Charms is Hollow Knight, but you could do charms and Hollow Knight like that are inadvisable combinations. But like, you're never going to like actually punish yourself or make progression through the game challenging in any way on a permanent basis. Elden Ring's a little more towards the yeah, you can, but in general, they give you levers to escape. Like, it is intended for a more experienced gamer, a gamer that is more drawn to figuring out the numbers, what are good vitalities, and right. There's a lot of gamers that are going to bounce from this kind of a title, but in general, they haven't ever made me feel terribly punished for my mistakes or overly locked in to any choices. There are a couple points of lock-in, like I have not yet done it, but what the items that you get from some of the bosses, like Godric, you can turn into either one of two pieces. You know, like that's a permanent lock-in choice to an extent. I think I would expect. And to that extent, I've actually refused to make the choice because neither of the paths look appealing at this moment in time. So I'm just deferring the decision to later. But, you know, it's all a scale. It's all a scale. Most games are pretty good about it nowadays, though. And if what you're talking about is specifically how Elden Ring behaves in comparison to the Souls titles, like, I can't make a statement on that, but I would be willing to bet absolutely yes. They probably are infinitely more forgiving here than they were in... Just because it just, as games have trended... It's just because actually game developers have gotten better at designing video games. That is literally it. They've iterated, they've learned from their mistakes, they've gotten feedback. They're just better at it because they've had time to refine the craft. They've had time for people to write books about how to do it and to have vigorous debates over whether pattern A or pattern B is more approachable for your average player. Like, it's what happens as mankind progresses. You know what I mean? The garb of those accused of lesser crimes, indicated by the collar of sharpened branches. Cool. Confessorhood. The confessors are the loyal servants to the two fingers, ready to hunt down and quickly depose of their enemies. The church is outside the lands between. Outside the lands between. Black hood for bending in with the darkness, worn by church confessors. The church is outside the lands between. Dedicated to the teaching of the two fingers, send confessors out to the fellows' guidance of the grace. Interesting. That is true. I mean, it's not a monotonically increasing graph, right? There's definitely... There's plenty of people that manage to produce shit games nowadays, too. Yeah. Hand ballista, I see. I've never found one of those yet. I was wondering what the great arrows were for. Because I found several great arrows, but I've never been able to, you know, interact with either any of the giant ballistas I found in the world. And I'm like, what's the point of these great arrows then? Apparently there's a hand ballista somewhere in the world. Let's go up this ladder, I guess. Since this is the one that's available to us, might as well. Makes sense to do that one. It is a little troll to have such a minor speed increase for holding down the sprint key. Like, I'd almost prefer if they just removed it so I didn't feel compelled to hold it down. Because it's a negligible speed difference. But instead, I can't like use my right hand to like, I don't know, itch my forehead or some shit while I'm killing time. You know what I mean? Like, it's just leave it out as doesn't do anything. It does things. It's just maybe there's a way to buff it. That would make sense. If there's a way to buff the speed of. Ooh. Damn. Oh no! Fuck you and your horn. Madness. Okay. I think that's what that is. Wow, that makes sense with the glowing eyes. Please. Let's finish this one. Okay. Nope. Don't know how I didn't get pinged for that. Oh yeah, FP's a thing. Die. Cool. Madness might be a feature of this zone then. Well, I mean, so Floofy says, I think just in terms of Souls games, not better designed and more friendliness in terms of the older games. Like, they actively hated you, told you very little, locked you out of things for doing arbitrary things. Elden Ring is a very friendly game in comparison to its other predecessors. I would argue that's a distinction without a difference, because I would argue that good design is friendly design in general, but I understand where the distinction you're trying to make. Like, let's take it from a bigger picture. Of accessibility is actually a thing that is quite important to me. The accessibility of content and functionality and features and the products and things that you make. And it's actually a really broad category. When I say accessibility, maybe it's not immediately apparent what I'm referring to, but it's actually a broad slew starting in like the color blindness vein. Like, is your game accessible to handicapped users, to users that are colorblind, to actually blind if possible? It's kind of hard to make a video game truly accessible to somebody that has actual blindness, so you usually kind of have to shrug at that point. But like, color blindness absolutely should be an accessibility feature, right? Deafness, impaired vision, motor control, and then you go into other things like age or limited intellect or learning deficiencies, things like that. Like, just the world is filled with a whole slew of diversity to the human experience, and as people, we progress through multiples of these categories in our own lifetime. Like, as we age, a lot of times, like, our sight starts fine, but it rarely ends that way, right? We start ambulatory, and in our old age, we find ourselves wheelchair bound or with difficulty on fine motor controls, things like that. And what I had learned, and this came from originally from my stint as a web developer, right? Trying to make accessible websites. The idea being like, we'll all probably be disabled to some extent in our lifetime, provided we don't die young enough to negate the point. But I noticed that in making things more inclusive, more accessible for those people, for the ones that had a harder time, that you just made a better experience. Everyone benefited. Like, you make the buttons on your website bigger so that people with motor control have an easier time. I forgot the ad. Damn it. Ad. Oh, no. Coming. Okay, it's not yet. Cool. All right. Sorry. It's a warning. It's a warning. It didn't start yet. All right. Excellent. You make it better for everybody. Make the button bigger on the website. you make it easier to be found just by the average user, or to be interacted with on a smaller like mobile screen, even though you weren't planning for it. By making color contrast clearer, you make it easier in like sunlight to read the website's content for the average user, not just the user with limited vision. So to that extent, I would say like making your game approachable to people that haven't played it before is just good design. It's just making a good product for the most part. Like, I don't know. There's a subsegment of the populace that wants the thing to be opaque. They want it to be a black box. They want it to be almost indecipherable because they derive satisfaction from having overcome that challenge, from having bested the obscure. But I don't think it's a larger portion of the populace, and you're going to end up making a game that sells worse as a result, right? It's going to be a lesser product. It's going to be designed. It's going to be not received quite as well. I agree with where you're going with that. I think Floofy. So. Floofy writes. I know that you're the one here right now, really, but VODs are a thing and whatnot. Well, I actually don't know that for sure. I don't know how many users we have watching at the moment because I have that number hidden. But I presume that there's always many because the VOD exists forever, right? So I have to care for those users too. But so I'm reading it aloud. Personally, while I feel every game should have some measure of those accessibility features, they shouldn't affect the gameplay itself. There are many cases of people wanting Elden Ring to change its gameplay itself for accessibility reasons, and that just isn't compatible with the idea behind Souls games. I feel making the game approachable should never come at the cost of alienating the intended audience. A game for everyone is a game for nobody. Yes, I mean, I agree with that statement on the whole. I have caveats to it, but in general, the thing should be as most accessible as it can be without no longer serving its core function. Right? Sorry, making sure that snooze took a snooze the ad. It looks like it took. Cool. What's a good example? Like, I don't know. There's probably a really easy example in music or something like that, right? Where it's like a purely auditory medium, and if you were trying to make it accessible somehow so that it was equally accessible to the deaf people, you could probably find a way to try to corrupt, like, you know what I mean? Like, define it such that it corrupts its value as music, but actually adds value to the person who's deaf. But that would obviously, it would destroy its value as music. So it is important that it retains its core functionality. There should not be an easy mode to every video game. And that's where most people, I think, Floofy, come at this problem from. And that's probably why a lot of people have a knee-jerk reaction towards accessibility, that it's a negative thing. They're like, well, this game should be easy enough for everybody to enjoy, or there should be an easy mode so that I'm new at games. No, there needs to be room for there to be hard video games. There needs to be room for there to be difficult and challenging things that are not as easily accomplished by someone who's brand new to the genre or new to gaming, or even just maybe doesn't have Twitch reaction skills, right? There's some class of people that cannot do fast reaction time, and like, we can't change the game so that it is playable equally by them and the vast majority of the populace. But there's more nuance than that. A lot of people, like, there's very, very frequently middle grounds that actually don't negatively impact the value as it would be offered to the average case, but can be more inclusive. But people kind of wave their hands, like, they don't try, right? They kind of use that argument that you've just presented and say, and as an excuse not to try. Like, designers. I've seen multiple designers in my web design development career where it's like, well, if we just changed it like this, it does what you want it to do, at least what you're voicing to me what you want it to do, but it's also accomplishing this other goal. Like I can think of a lot of examples in like, I mean, not MOBAs, MMOs have a lot of their effects, flashy effects, and they can be designed in ways that are very communicative to colorblind users or ways that aren't, right? If color is the distinguishing factor of communicating what the significance of an effect is, you failed. Like there's no reasonable justification where you can come at me and say like it has to be red and not the effect is red and not, you know, like pink is what's key telling you that it you know, does this meaningful change to it. It's like, okay, add like swirly bits to the end or add striped candy cane effects. Like there's always something you can do in that space, and I think a lot of them do have similar ground. I'm gonna just leave it there because I could go on this for hours probably, and I don't want to because it's gonna sidetrack us too much. It is good though. I feel good. I'm proud of the fact that I'm actually giving us a little bit of story time. The last several streams, I've kind of locked into gameplay too much, I think. But this ad is pushy. It's going to demand to be run. So we're going to run it right now so that it doesn't interrupt us again for the next hour. That's what, right now, this is our second day with ads, chat. Brand new affiliate status. And so trying to make it work. I think right now I'm liking the consolidated logger ad breaks. At least they're easier for me to manage and keep from interrupting the gameplay, even though I'm sure it sucks because it's probably what, like 7 ads at once. I'll start to look at. Fun to look at. But I do appreciate y'all putting up with them. It is how we're going to make this work, hopefully. So we'll be back in a few minutes. I'll grab some coffee during this break. You won't be missing a damn thing, I promise. But be right back. Wrong button. Alright. Looks like the ad break should be ending right about now. And we're back. I did think while I was on break real quick, a better example, a perfect example of how, for my argument of how just making things more accessible just generally makes a better product. Closed captions. Closed captioning or captioning in movies and TV and things like that, you know, didn't used to be a thing. Definitely, I'm sure people would happily not make them. I can tell you personally, captioning is a pain in the ass. It's extra work. It's a lot of extra work, at least for a small shop. But in doing so, not only does it make your content accessible to an entire class of people that could not access it before, the deaf can now understand the content. A lot of people like to have the captions. I personally like to have captions on some movies and stuff like that, right? Like, it just makes the content easier to understand, easier to appreciate. And that's just like, but yet, if you don't like them, you turn them off, right? Because that level of accessibility has been built into the DVD player and the TV now, right? It's been so deeply embraced by society that it's just accepted as a common piece of functionality. But that started as an accessibility feature. That was an attempt to make content more accessible to people whose disability prevented them from accessing it. And that's basically, that is the 99% case, I think, with making things accessible. Not the, that it ruins it. But human beings like to come from a place of fear first. And I do the same, to be clear. So we're more likely to, no, it's going to ruin things, or it's going to make this. No, you're just being lazy is most of the common the case. Actually, I don't even think it's laziness. I think it's more often from ignorance. They haven't thought of the happy solution, or they didn't believe that it existed, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, let's get to playing some game, chat, huh? What's at the top of this frickin'... We got up here a while ago. What is that? Sorry, making sure we're back. Looks like you can see the game. You can hear me, see me. Excellent. Okay. What is this? We've seen one... I want to say memorial like this before. Fuck if I remember where it was, though. Eye of Yellow Flower. Site of Grace. Well, we're going there. ASAP. What's this, though? The assault on Volcano Manor. The squalid, the sick, the blasphemous. A wretched, unending war with no glory. Okay. I don't know. Like, I would also include this. Would I include this with accessibility features? I think I would. And it dovetails with it. And this is a feature that I mean of bad design. This is an element that I would highlight of bad design. This is one of my pet peeves about the game, actually, is the fact that that text is actually going to stay there until I dismiss it. It doesn't tell me that I need to dismiss the text. It actually very much looks like text that would self-dismiss after a time duration, typically. And it blocks my ability to use my shield, my sword. I can't block, I can't swing. I can walk. So really, I have the appearance that I can control my character. But I would get royally fucked if I walked into combat right now. because I wouldn't be able to defend myself or attack my enemies until, of course, I jump or I try to jump, and then it dismisses the message for me because it's a message you have to dismiss with the prompt. Is 3 easy changes that you could make that would make this a better user experience and more accessible, I would argue, to your user base. It's not accessible in the traditional, like, it's not like a disability point, but it's like the same general user experience pattern that benefits everyone. You could either make it auto time dismiss, 1. You could, 2, be really lazy and just tell me that it's a prompt that needs to be dismissed, right? Like, put that text there. You have it for other notifications. I've seen it. Or just not, like, why is it preventing me from using my weapon at all? Why is it blocking it? What? It's like they went 3 ways wrong. Don't understand how that happened. Okay, we're going that way to get Sight of Grace. Was this... Okay, so this was low ground. That was the other ladder we didn't climb up to, right? Because there's 2 parallel ladders ascending this cliff face. And when we jumped down to see that merchant, we declined taking that path, I think. I'll be honest that I wasn't noticing these guys before I ran down here. Really kind of just want to touch Grace. Be right back, guys. I'm going to come back. Don't worry. Well, maybe I'm coming back. There's an up to be explored over here. I'm coming back eventually. I'll say that much. I guess, sure. I would love to have another flask of physique. Oh, really? Oh. Kind of thought this would be just a little side area. I mean, it does seem to be a side area, but it looks like maybe it has some heavy hitter up top, according to some of... No, it can't be a bird. But I know what you're doing. I should get to writing down more messages, though. I've been lazy about leaving any notation for other players. They have derived benefit from a couple. Do we go up first, or do we... That's the general Volcano Manor, right? So this is going to take... This is a lot. Wait. No, I'm facing this direction. Right, there's 2 things. There's the camera angle and the character's angle. What? They should have been aligned at that moment. Okay, that's pointing at Volcano Manor. So up is Volcano Manor. Let's see what's this way first. I've lost a little bit of Okay, yeah, there's a big old manor over there. Lost track of where I was in this mountainous landscape. I have actually a reasonably good sense of direction in like the world. Video games actually gets a little harder for me. I think it's because there's no, you don't have your inner ear thing to rely on, right? Usually your inner ear. Oh, right. Of course you respawned. Come down here, asshole. I don't want to chase you up there. Madness might be a problem. I'd love to actually take out... Hi, Sophia. Great timing. Where's the other one? There's the third, wasn't there? Oh. Probably should have drank that beforehand so I could have gotten more value out of it. Sophia, if you want to hang out, that's great, but you gotta be a good girl. Sit down. Let's get all these yellow embers. I'm not sure that we have many. We can check. 13. That is a nice feature that they automatically put it in your inventory as the most recent item. So you can see how many you have after you pick it up. Although they could just... Wait, do they put it in the bottom corner? No, it just says +1. This is ×1. ×2, which that's inaccurate. It's +2. But that's fine. It's very pedantically inaccurate. Hi, guys. Okay. Looking for root resin. I always miss it. I have yet to have a good eye for spotting root resin, and that's why I'm almost always out of it. Are they scampering away? How far does this go? Not that far. Moonveil Blade is very strong. Might be a little too strong, actually. I wish it was clean. Clear air so I could see the pretty vista. It is hazy a rather lot, actually. Especially for how many pretty vistas I want to look at. Oh, it's a cave. That makes sense. You want to tell me jump? Introspection. And then time for jumping off. Given all the bloodstains, I'm pretty sure it's going to end poorly. New grace. Wait, actually, can you use items from the sort chest screen? Sorry, where the hell are my runes? I mean, it doesn't look like I'd be able to use them anyways. Apparently, this one, aren't they? Apparently, you can't store them either. No. Okay, which tab are they in then? Tools? Okay, they're tools. The fuck? How many did I need again? Looks like 30k. 23k. Yeah, we can do that. No, tools. We just learned this, tools. I want these to be the first thing at the top of tools, though. Okay. Another couple, 12,000, whatnot. Don't even think we're going to use all of these, right? Let's just ballpark it. Is that enough? I don't remember what the actual number needed was. 44, 6. I think if we used them all, we would have been fine. Yep. Oh well. That'll do. It's been a while since we put into health. Let's do that. Apparently 30 is a good number and we're not there, so let's keep pumping it in. I raced pretty hot, fast to 26 and then sat at 26 vigor for a long time. But I have been wanting a bigger health pool every now and again. It's just soaking from the one taps. It's been a bitch some places. No. Cave moss. How much of that do we have? I think we need some, right? 42. We could definitely get some more. Let's be on the lookout. Be on the lookout. Hello. Damn. You guys are taking your time, aren't you? String! Do you all give string sometimes? Is that just a drop chance? Yes! Okay, I need to hunt these motherfuckers. I need to hunt them so hard. These are the ones that give string. I want string. String is a limited resource so far. Very constrained resource. And very interesting one. Apparently we have 2 directions to go. We came from that direction. Let's go left first. Let's check what this message said. Item. All right. I'm guessing that's like a shortcut ahead. Maybe from the other path? I don't know. Let's go see. Oh, wait. Pretty sure that buddy that's walking is actually a pretty notable opponent. Maybe not. Yeah, why not? Let's go this way. Lock. Cool. Cave moss. Crystal cave moss. Excellent. That's even rarer. Gives off pale light in dark caves. You ugly, bro. Apparently you can't jump up here. See what this way is first. See one behind that box. Never tried this before. I think I see him. Startled me. Might as well use this. Can I just... Aha! Sad I didn't kill you, though. I totally pulled the trigger on that. Shit. Cool. Glowstone, my favorite. Honestly, not worthless though. I should use it more than I do. Coil shield. Sliver of meat. No hidden path, but praise the message. No. Sophia. Nope. Okay. I thought she had the headphones tangled around her, and that was about to be a very interesting departure. I gotta get better about swinging jump attacks. I've mostly left them out of my purview so far, but they're useful. Is this actually dead end room? Okay. I didn't actually expect that. So then we have to jump down. Fight this fellow. I guess we can hurl shit at him first. That was not the right button. It's my own fault. Oh. The white image cupboard for this fellow, actually. The ghost image. What are they called? The white, not the bloodstains memories or whatnot, but like the random ones that run around involuntarily occasionally. What are those called, actually? They have to have a name. They have to have a name, I'm sure of it. Wait, not that. I should probably actually use those. So if I do this... And then, because it's going to heal anyways, right? Or drink. How long does it last? 30 seconds? I hadn't given this enough attention. That's not enough. That's not negligible. I'd completely written it off. What am I doing? It's useless. Oh. So wait, does this take us back to the entrance then? I saw someone. I thought I saw someone. It was one of those ghostly images, I guess. Okay, no, I was right though. Took us back to the entrance. It's a very shallow cave with a boss buddy right here. because that's a dead end. With already collected items. Got it. All right. Oh. Wait, did I not have the standard? It's an Ash of War. Can I not check that right now? Movable +6. Maybe you just can't do it with renowned items. Can't grease it. Unfortunate. I actually was liking greasing. Oh. Unfortunate. Please? Oh, she got rid of the sting staff. Deadly Human Queen Margot. I've seen this name before. Stop. Oh, that was a grab. Fuck. Holy shit. Oh. Betcha I live with 30. Betcha I live with 30. Unfortunate. We go again. Now let's just kill them. Fucking hell. Lock. I actually had, and then I unlocked it. I forgot to equip my light source. I can't actually see them. Fucking hell. I'm sure this is awful for you guys. It's a little better. The blacks get compressed. It's actually a lot worse on stream than it is for me. I have to remember that. Fulcian. Fun. Let's use this trick. Because I'm about to heal probably. Good news. We have an extra opportunity for some more cave moss. Bad news is we have to like either sneak through this asshole or just clear him every time. Try to remember where was the let's clear him and pay attention. Oof. Thought you were gonna swing like an hour ago, man. No string? Nobody had any string? Oh, it's heartbreaking. I mean, budding cave moss. No string. Alright, so if we had taken the other path, we would have jumped down up there. And then we could have hit this corner here. I think no matter what, we're probably aggroing that asshole, though, is my concern. Because we are racing to the gold mist. I'm presuming after I pass through it, you know, they're not following me, so there's that. Not tried that before, though. Probably puts that on lock, honestly. Yeah. Oh, wait. So forget these. Dumbass. Demi Human Queen Margaret. Rest in peace. Jar Cannon. Jar Cannon. Ballista. We found a ballista, chat. Kick. Strength 34. Can't even use it. Still, something exciting. I'm pretty sure she was relevant to the lore, right? That name felt very... important, I think. But it's also like I started this game almost a year ago now, and I don't remember it all. Nothing else, huh? No buds. No moss? No... Alright, let's get here. Job's done. Job's done. Now I gotta go the other path and ascend to the manor. Right? This is the end. Wait, that's it. Not yet. Also, I'm not sure. I mean, it's not been bad, the mask. Not sure if it's been worth. Or not worth. The armor set change. Obviously, we've been kicking ass still. I don't feel like the health regen has been active very much, though. Still no string. String? No. This really was the end of this path, though, right? I don't have the map revealed yet, so it's kind of harder to check. But they just had a whole bunch of, like, suicide messages up here, so I think it means we're done. Let's set Grace. I think we're jumping rather than walking. Because it's more fun. Right? They're both going the same place. Up. Oh. Hello? Ow! Why was I not getting up from that? I was tapping on roll. I missed this window. Fucking hell, man. You one-tapped. Why am I I'm drawing a blank on Torrent. Torrent. You just one-tap Torrent. Fuck me. Let's not accidentally ever jump without picking that up. Why did none of that connect? Oof. Okay. Sophia, baby girl. You know I love you. You can't back and forth and back and forth. You just can't, baby girl. You can't. This game doesn't pause. This game doesn't pause. Fuck. Ooh, bigger than I thought it was going to be. Gotta be clear on that. I think the existence of the horse battles is interesting. I don't think they're my favorites. Fuck. Let's try it. See what this is like on foot. Okay, this is awful. Oh, fucking hell, man. Yeah, you can't be fussy either. No. You're gonna have to go into a bedroom. You can't. Dad's working. I'm working. You want to be a good girl. You're happy to hang around. You're welcome to hang around. Alright, so our runes are up there this time. Got it. We try again. Can't do this on horseback, right? No. It's fine. What? Sit down. Damn. Fortunate. Stop being staggered, bitch! Why? It felt like buttons were not having an impact there. Is it the level of the hit I took? Usually I can get him to roll up from a knockdown. And he's just not having it. Is there actually like a critical... Yeah, it's a critical hit. Draws a distinction there. Or I just mistimed it. Please lock onto this target. Thank you. Okay, why is he fucking not doing anything? Right, I can't block on horseback, dumbass. One more. Fucking hell. I want to understand this mechanic a little better. I don't think there's anybody right now that can help, though. I do feel this battle's probably easiest on horseback, for the most part. There, we did it. We did it. I say that, but goddamn, is it pricey? I buffered that and I shouldn't have. Horns are real wide. That one we can roll up from. So I just missed timing it then? Forgot this. Zeke. Run. Having better luck than I did with my horse, I'll say that. Too soon. I'm running here. Fully grown Fallen Star Beast. Okay, I was thinking I'd fought one of these before. It was in that Falling Star Crater, wasn't it? And apparently he wasn't fully grown yet. That's why this one's harder. That was not smart. I'm gonna gamble. By not healing. This is different. This is different. Fuck. Now I'm healing. Okay. Tired yet? Fuck. That did no damage. Felt like that was close to being clear. It's getting more interesting, though. I like the horseback battles. I think they're more fun with basic enemies. Like with bosses, I don't know. They're just... Normal battling is more fun, more compelling. Okay, I can't see shit. Thank you. Except for dragons. Might as well use Torrent while we have him, though. Okay. No shot. Okay. Oof. Rest in peace, Torrent. Why are you not rolling up? Roll. Thank you. Mistakes were made. Okay, he's not targeting me. Get him, bud. Get him. His ass is fully exposed. Damn. Oh, that's what this does. Yes! Greedy. I got this one, chat. Lost our buddy. Really? Unfortunate. Really? I was pretty high in the air for that, man. Yes! Got him! Hit him! Thank you. I was out of stamina, obviously. Got him! Is that even a great enemy? Unfortunate. Somber Smithing Stone 6. Smithing Stone 6. Falling Star Beast Jaw. This is interesting. Nope. Colossal weapon. There was an item there. Got it, chat. Starlight Shard. There's the Volcano Manor that we've been trying to get to. What's the rest of the path up then? Swings around to the right of this peak. Surely this is not the main. Is this actually the main way of accessing this? Surely not. I don't think we've ever been up into the castle itself, though. We've only been in its dungeons and shit before. Can I actually make that jump safely? I guess so. Likely fingers. God, this is like trippy, chat. This would be terrifying to do in real life. Please be fine. Yeah, I think that's a way back. That jump, yeah, is definitely a way back. You have to go up and then, okay. I did not expect as much parkour as is in this game. You know? Like, I did not think this would be a heavy parkour game. Or I didn't think parkour would be a feature of this game. But there's like several ways you have to just jump your way up mountainsides or cliff faces. He's glitching out. That was overkill. Ooh, seed. Golden seed, golden seed. Let's go get it. Anything else up here? Looking for that site of grace, obviously. There's one somewhere. I know there's one somewhere. Nearby. Hey, you guys. What's this? Golden Rune 3? Okie dokie. Didn't notice he was an archer. Smoldering butterfly. Didn't have enough of those. Good thing. Good thing we found that one. Alright. Just presuming he's coming through here based on the... That is what we're supposed to do with these, right? We're supposed to strike them, I think. Only one of these have I succeeded with. Me too. That was slow. That's so fucking slow. Let's clear the rest of the area. Got it. Ash of War through and through. Oh, it's a ranged Ash of War. Maybe finding a ranged Ash of War I like would actually bring the bow into utility. I don't love the bow. It's just it doesn't feel good for the rest of the game. The rest of the game feels weird having a first-person shooter mode for ADS. I see you. Aha ha. Spoil your fun. I want to do that so that, like, I think, hopefully he won't be on the tree later if I walk down there. It's not going to surprise me. Is there any sight of Grace down there at all? Let's go check. That'll work. No eyes. Ah. Got him. It's an ambush. The map! The map! I've been looking for you, map. Big boy. Oh. Let's back off and heal. Really? Really? Again with the... Can you tell I've not fought a lot of these? I didn't realize I was out of stamina. Fuck. Asshole! Don't care for you. The motion be weird. Necessary item. Yes, get on the way. Map, Mount Gilmere. Got it. Finally. Site of Grace. Talk. Lord Rykard. If this putrid field of death is what your blasphemy would bring, then I can no longer abide. No one can. Lost Grace discovered. Hell yeah. So is there a massive chasm here? No. So there's an alternate path that I missed? So I don't think it was mandatory to make that crazy jump, but we got there, so let's go. Might as well sit at this point. There's a whole lot of giants strung up. Let's sit. Actually calling stream very shortly, though. Actually, maybe now. We're at the end of stream time for today, chat, unfortunately. Does this count as making it to the top? I didn't realize that one of the big fellas was over here, one of those putrid motherfuckers. I don't care for them so much. So wait, is this a dead end actually? No, it's just an alternate path somehow that I did not see at all. And there's a dead Erd tree over this way? I do love how big and complex the world is. Yeah, no, I didn't want to do a massive battle. We're end of stream, not start of massive battle. Ulcerated tree spirit. We're there. Ooh, that'll be fun. Something to look forward to later, next stream, along with maybe this thing. I mean, it's not gonna give me anything interesting. Looks like just a big version of one of those obnoxious ones. Spews the death curse on you. You guys give no fucks, huh? Okay. Now they get fucks. You just weren't sure for a minute. Does this count as reaching the Volcano Manor? It doesn't. My stream title is a lie. Oh, I don't want to fight you again right now. There's no value in this for me. Is this... Interesting. I've been struck by that attack before. So if I rest, he's just like pieces out though. Yeah, yeah, okay. All right. Well, I mean, it's unfortunately we're approaching the 4-hour mark, chat, and I got edits I need to do. Unfortunately, that's the reason why I haven't gotten around to making my sub badge yet. Is in part because I decided it was still better to keep up with the minimum 1 a day shorts cadence. I got 5 partially edited the other day, so we could just chill here. There. Yes. This is no longer a playlist that I know about. Fourth dimension. I guess. All right, chat. That's it for today. Thank you, everybody, so much for the support and the subs. I appreciate it. He's saying thank you so much for your sub. Welcome to the Founders Club. For anybody who doesn't know, the first 10 subscribers while I am in an affiliate status are going to get that #1 ST badge available by their name. When I eventually, hopefully, become partner, the first 25 subs will have that applied. It's my understanding. Still a couple slots left, but there's nothing else that does. It's just a fancy decoration. And I appreciate y'all that have subbed so far. It's a huge support. Next scheduled stream is going to be Friday. Should be able to keep up to that. Like, that's the one that I would possibly let go of if I needed to for pressure of some of the higher order to-dos of the stream, like fixing that. Although we heard the sound notification, so is it broken or not? I don't know. I have to figure that out still. It's weird that it doesn't work in the preview mode, and it didn't work at all on Monday, but it worked to our 1 sub today, so I don't know how that's playing out right now. We'll keep an eye on it. But Friday, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time is the next scheduled stream. Probably likely to be either Silksong or Hollow Knight. Not sure though. Maybe it'll be the first time we do Mario Kart World stream. Who knows? Either way. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I will see y'all next time, and take care.